Welcome back to MMA Unhinged, and joining us today is Alana Cook. Alana will be fighting Andrea Watson on March 15th at BTC 27 in Belleville, Ontario. So, Alana, thanks for taking the time. I know we're in a little bit short of time here, so thanks for taking the time again. And just welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Luke. And yeah, no, I appreciate it. Those last couple of weeks before the fight, just trying to just about to go get my medicals done. So just
Yeah.
really appreciate you being able to accommodate that, though. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no, my pleasure. How are you, though? And how is fight camp going, regardless?
Yeah, it's been well, like fight camp really kind of started when I was in Thailand. So I had the opportunity to go out. So Jazz was finishing up her camp. Well, she did 6 weeks in Thailand at Bangtan Muay Thai. And then
Mm-hmm.
me and Joe, another teammate of mine, we came out for 2 weeks just to train. And in that time was I was about 8 weeks out. So that was the coolest way just to kick camp off and really just get those looks and train in a totally new place. And it's so stimulating. There's constantly new people coming through. There was new bodies. Like I was sparring girls from Russia, girls from England, girls from Australia. So just getting so many different looks. So that was a huge confidence builder for me too, to like see that I can hang with girls
Yeah.
from all over the globe. So that was awesome. And then I came home, and then it's like a well-oiled machine at Niagara Top Team. So as soon as we get in and we know that we're in fight camp, we know what to do. So just finished a session, hopping out right now to get some stuff done. Going to be back there tonight. But yeah, we keep it going and excited. We got 2 weeks tomorrow, and then we get to do the fun stuff.
Well, in Niagara Top Team is such a highly regarded gym, especially in just the last 4 or 5 years. Has been this big emergence of the gym and the prospects and the fighters coming out of that gym. You thrown out the name Jasmine. Has there been other ladies that have kind of prepared you for this upcoming fight?
Yeah, we've got a really good team at Niagara Top Team, and we've also got some dudes that are bantamweights, and they're very respectful. Like they know how to work with girls, how to push us without trying to kill us too much. But yeah, like Joe, my partner G, Tanya, Danielle, all the girls in the gym have just
Mm-hmm.
been absolutely amazing, and they really push me. And if you don't know their names yet, you will in a couple years. So most of them are still amateur, but they're our amateurs, I feel, are better than a lot of gyms pros, to be totally honest, just from what I've seen now, especially getting that chance to go to a place like Bangtan Muay Thai where you get people from all over the world going and you get to see where the level we are at. And like I've said this before and I'll say it again, it's about who you train with. So those people that I'm training with really, really elevate me. And I gain a lot of confidence from knowing that I can hang at that gym.
Well, and it seems like the thing is with a lot of fighters is you think that you learn a lot from the pros, but sometimes you learn a lot from just the amateurs as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. The cool thing about being an amateur too is you are always learning. So sometimes you'll learn something and you really fixate on that. And, I try not to lose that as a pro, right? There's always something new to learn. There's always something
Hmm.
exciting. And maybe like I really love hearing coaches explain basic things, but I like asking a new coach, like, hey, like, what's your version of the shuck by? Hey, what's your favorite way to do the double jab cross? And everybody's got their own little way of doing it. So it's really cool that what I can pick up. And even, yeah, going with Amis, they'll do something. I'm like, show me that again. That was awesome. And just always, trying to stay humble and not thinking too much really in the terms of Ami and pro, because like I said, one gym's Ami's, another gym's pro. So really trying to kind of take that ego out of it and just seeing a person as a martial artist. Because everybody's got a different flavor, everyone's got a different way they do things, a different energy. So it's really cool to work with different bodies and then work with those bodies that are always getting better.
Well, and you bring up a important part about being humble about it, and I think that also it's not just about looking at everyone as a mixed martial artist, but it's the way you carry yourself and how you're going to carry yourself throughout your career. When you get to the big show, you can't just say, "Oh, I can't learn anything now." You're always going to continue to learn. So if you're learning from your amateurs, you're always going to learn something.
Absolutely. And when
Yeah.
I teach self-defense workshops, so I have my own organization, Walking Like Warriors Self-Defense, and we'll
Hmm.
go into communities and we'll teach self-defense. And I see people getting so frustrated and I tell them like, listen, like this is your first day. I've been doing this for 14 years and I still have to drill things. I still forget things. I'm still constantly learning. And I think that's something that's really beautiful about martial arts is you're never going to know it all. Like there's always something new to learn. You're always going to be a student and you can always be a teacher, right?
Mhm.
There's always something that you can show somebody and there's always something that you can learn. So it's that reciprocity. Like you were saying, like just yeah, you can't really ever think like I know everything, that there's nothing left to learn. And I think that's when you stop progressing, when you think you have nothing left to learn.
Absolutely. Now, I want to jump into your fight here. So you're going for round two here with Andrea. You were scheduled a fighter back in October 2024. Um, was this a one that you kind of really wanted, or did just the fight worked out? I mean, considering you're supposed to fight her in a different promotion, and then you're in another promotion with her, and you still are bound to fight.
Yeah, so she was the one who asked for me originally, right? And I said, "You know what? Okay, girl, you want it? Let's go." And we were excited to do it, and then she pulled out. She had an injury, and I was still ready to go. So Woody from BDC was like, "Well, I got to fight," and I'm like, "Done, let's go." So I stayed active, right? I think that's part of my mentality too is like one thing falls through, like we don't stop, we don't take a break, and like
Hmm.
put our feet up, like we keep going and there we go. Got another win under my belt, got some more experience. Took a little time in December and then bam, we're right back in it. We're in January, we're starting, we're hot and heavy, we're going to Thailand. Anybody who, wants to fight me and thinks they can beat me, you gotta not take it personally, but what's the Michael Jordan thing? And I took that personally. No, but yeah. So I'm like, all right, well, now it's my opportunity to show you why that's not a good idea to ever call me out, and why I'm going to put a stamp on this. And I'm very excited to show what I've got again and show off some more tools. We're in a different city. Like it was really cool fighting in front of my new hometown. This is kind of uncharted territory, so don't always know what we're going to get, but I think the result's going to be the same.
Yeah, and I mean, besides her Muay Thai background, what is something that you've been, obviously, because you were scheduled to fight her originally, so you already got to study this fighter a little bit. What besides the Muay Thai, what else do you know about her?
In a way, it's almost a bit freeing because there isn't a lot of tape on her. Like she has two Ami fights. She's got some Muay Thai. Apparently, she's competed in jujitsu. I think she's a purple belt. And then there's the one video which you don't get a lot out of that. So in a way, it's a really good opportunity for me just to focus on me and focus on what I'm going to do. And I think, I've had fights in the past where I got a little too caught up in like, what's my opponent going to do? What does she like doing? And at the end of the day, like, fuck it, it's what I'm gonna do. This is my game, and like ideally, you really shouldn't change your style that much anyway, depending on who you're preparing for. So, I've really left no stone unturned in this sense too, because there isn't that much footage on her, we don't know what to expect. So we're really just checking all those boxes, making sure that we're prepared for anything, and that my game is solid and locked in, which, believe me, it is.
Well, and you've kind of talked about you don't really have any particular plan, but has there been an area in this fight camp that you've been focusing on, whether it's the physical, is it the mental, is it the cardio? What is there anything in particular?
Well, this is my fifth pro fight. Not necessarily my fifth fight camp. We've definitely had a few
Sure.
fight camps since I've turned pro that unfortunately, injury or pullout or whatever, right? So I think with every fight camp, like they've all got their own kind of theme to them. And I think my theme for this fight camp was really just slowing it down. So, I like to go a million miles an hour. I'm extremely passionate about this. So this was a really nice time for me to be a bit more cerebral and kind of think a bit more about technique and think about the theory of martial arts. If you get what I mean, just really, yeah, exactly. Really just kind of slowing it down and really like dialing in those techniques and making sure I feel solid everywhere and I don't have to rely on physical strength or energy. And, this is the thing. This is why I can go 3 rounds in a fight with really no problem because my cardio level is high, but also I have that technique down. So I don't have to rely on all that explosive strength all the time. So, I'm always evolving. And something that's cool is I think that Alana now would beat Alana 3 months ago. And, I hope that the Alana 3 months from now would beat me now. So, in that sense, I'm always getting better and I'm always going to be looking better than my past performances. So, just again, just having that constant growth and really just thinking about the technique a little bit more and, taking that time to slow it down.
And in this fight, clearly, if there's not as much tape, like, what do you feel you're gonna bring to this fight that's gonna give her a hard time?
I'm relentless. I'm like a dog with a bone. I'm not really even if I'm dog dead tired, like I'm in your face. Like I'm not pulling off. I don't take my foot off the gas. So when I say slow it down, that doesn't mean like a slow pace. It definitely means that I've taken that time to think about the technique and think about the drills and think about the strategy, and then I'm ready to implement it. So something my teammate AJ said is, like there's a hard pace and then there's my pace. So, Andrea, there's a hard pace and then there's my pace, and you got to deal with my pace.
And we're almost at the end here. So if the floor is yours, if you have any sponsors, anybody you like to do shout outs to, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Luke. Big thanks to Primus Diaz and Dilataire Bakery, Creative Dynamics, Fight Cartel, Enter Aid Apparel. Oh, gosh. I've had so many people be amazing this camp. Ojimakwe Wellness, Lakeside Recovery. Um, Pumped supplements. I don't have my list right in front of me right now, but just like off the top of my head, the diabetic fighter. I've had so many people help me out. Like this really takes a village. And just like all the amazing coaches and teammates at Niagara Top Team, my partner, everyone's been really amazing. So I'm really looking forward to getting in there and just getting ready to shine.
Well, that's excellent, Elena. I'm gonna let you go here. I know you have some things to attend to, so I appreciate again taking the time and just good luck on March 15th.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks, Luke.